Hi guys, it's Shami. So today I'm going to show you 5 ways to fix an art journal page. These are my favorite 5 ways. So the first one is to use gesso. Here I'm using my Deco Arts Media gesso in white. I just take a palette knife and I scrape it on. This is like ink dauber that I tried out on a page. I test a lot in my art journal and it just didn't work, and I didn't like the colors and it didn't spread the way that I wanted, so I just grabbed my gesso and smoothed it on top and it worked out great. Especially this gesso, it's so smooth and it covers up so much, and you can keep building layers on top until it's completely white. You can use the texture of the gesso too to scrape into. So there's so many great ways to use gesso in your art journal, and it's especially effective in covering up a page that you hate. The next one is to use your acrylic paints to cover up a page. So here I just did some watercolor splatters, and I really like them, but I wanted to add some paint, and this was the last page that I did in this particular journal, and I had a specific idea, so I really wanted to cover this page up and to use it in, to make the journal page that I wanted. So I just took some acrylic paint. This is my Deco Arts Media paint, and I used cool colors plus yellow, which is great because yellow can be a warmer, cool color. It blends with other colors beautifully. And I just grabbed 3 colors and I painted over it. You can see a little bit of the background, which I love, but if you keep adding layers on top of layers of acrylic paint, you can cover up whatever's in the background that way too. Acrylic paint is fun to use because you can paint right over everything. So that's a fun and easy way to reuse an art journal page. The next one is actually to tear out a piece of your art journal that maybe you don't like, or an art journal page that you don't like, and reuse it in another project. So here I'm cutting out some hearts from a watercolor background that I made that I just kind of fell in love with. But again, if you didn't particularly fall in love with it, right, you could take it out and reuse it for another project. I think I used these hearts to make ATCs, but I could just as easily have recycled them into another art journal page. I'm going to cut out some hearts, some strips. I really like, you could do circles, you could do triangles, you could even just have kept this whole and used it as a background on a canvas. So really think of unique ways to reuse your art. I love to reuse it. I mean, some art journal pages, if they're thin enough, you could even use them to make beads, like paper beads. So there's just so many different things that you can do with those pages. So don't throw them out. You can tear them out and reuse them and do something else with them and recycle them. I love recycling. So this is a great way to do it. The next one is to cover up your page. I have to tell you, this page was a little painful for me because my friend actually created this beautiful card journal for me, and I actually love this page. It's paper weaving, and I really love the pattern and how it came out. So, but I needed an example, so sometimes you have to sacrifice art that you love to give a lesson. So I hope that you guys appreciate it. But I really love this page, and I would have loved to have journaled on it, but I was the only page that I could think of to use as an example. So I was kind of pressed for time when I did this video too, so I wanted to kind of get it done. But you just take paper. It can be scrapbooking paper, it can be under paper, and basically take your glue stick and cover up the page that you don't like or that's not working for you. Sometimes things just don't work and you just need to start fresh. And from here you can do so much, right? You can doodle on this, you can add more and more layers and paint. Paper is a great way to cover up a page that you're not particularly liking, but I love this page. Just so you know. Okay, and then the last one, and probably my favorite way to do it, is that I love in my journals when I'm done painting to scrape the leftover paint into my journals. So I have pages like this that kind of have funny colors in them and funny color combinations, and it was because I was using it in a project, or I had like 5 or 6 different colors on my palette. So I just take a permanent marker and I just doodle on top of it. So I got this idea from Alyssa Burke. She's a wonderful artist, and she does this all the time in her journal. My style is of course different from hers, but it's really great. You just grab a big fat black permanent marker and a white jelly roll pen or any kind of gel pen that you want, and you just basically do a simple sketch. You can do flowers, you can do circles, you can do whatever you want. And you make some of the lines completely black, and you make bold lines, and you make dots and doodles and all sorts of stuff, and then you fill it in with your white pen. So it's very easy, very basic, but it's definitely one of my favorite ways to cover up a page that I don't like. And in fact, I do this all the time in my journal. I just fill it out with pages because I don't like to waste paint, and then I just doodle on top of them. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, that gave you ideas. I hope that you will tell me your favorite ways to cover up a page that you don't like, or one that you're having trouble working with. And I really hope that these tips help you, because they're so fun, and we don't have to throw away our art. We can reuse it and save it.